Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gatah. If you're looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. We are covering Wimbledon. It is the final. We've made it. So please pop into the comments and let me know what your predictions are for tomorrow. And please make sure you be on the lookout for the pin comment from me to see what I'll be playing as well. Now, if you do enjoy these breakdowns and these analysis of these videos, please give this video a like. If you are new to this channel, please give this video a subscribe so you can get the latest uploads so you can know exactly what to play and when to play them. And if you're feeling generous for the wins, there's a link in the pinned comment. Now, with that aside, how do we do in the semis? We took Alcaraz over 19.5 total games won against Taylor Fritz. Taylor pushed it to a fourth set. Love to see it. And then we took Jannik Sinner outright money line against Djokovic in a parlay for the certified smoke. Boom. Love to see that happen. Love to see it happen. I had a comment or two of some people in the comments of what they were playing. Had some pretty decent picks there. So shout out to you guys. You guys just as sharp as me out here, so love to see that. We sharp on this end, you know, sharpest on YouTube. So love to see you guys contributing. Now, with that being said, got some wins out the way. How are we going to go about the final? Now, before we get into what I'm going to be doing for the final, let's do our day-to-day. Head-to-heads between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. But before I say that, the match of Sunday, the final of Wimbledon, Jannik Sinner versus Carlos Alcaraz for another Grand Slam final. We just saw them together in the Roland Garros French Open final. 5-setter. Jannik Sinner had match point in the fourth set. It was 5-3, 40 love. And somehow Carlos Alcaraz wins that match. The comeback factor of Carlos Alcaraz is disgusting and hard to ignore. But let's get into the stats. Now, as we just said, we saw each other recently in Roland Garros. Beat him in straight sets in Rome as well. And then he's beaten him in Beijing. Beat him in Paris again. Beat him in Indian Wells. Beaten him 5 times in a row so far. And this guy is the world number one. Every time he loses, he seemingly loses to this fellow here, Carlitos Alcaraz. So, this is what I think. And you guys can disagree with me. You guys can agree with me. Let me know in the comments. Carlos, in this draw, it has seemed like, and I'll get into the details, the Fognini match, the Tarvet match, the Struff match, and then halfway through the Rublev match, we see Alcaraz a bit shaky on the grass, getting his bearings, right? And then he said, after the Rublev match, something clicked for him, and he just like got it. Then he proceeded to beat Cam Norrie 6-2, 6-3, 6-3, and went against probably the toughest of the toughest battle tested in the draw so far, which is Taylor Fritz. And if it wasn't for the slight errors that took place in that fourth set tiebreak, it would have gone to a fifth set for sure. Taylor Fritz almost had him. So I was rooting for Taylor Fritz to push it to a fifth. That would have been sick. To get 2 sets on Alcaraz. I think that would have been a huge achievement for him. He's close. He's close. So anyway, the thing is once he snapped into that form, right? So then we have Yannick Sinner, who has debated. Well, before I even get into Yannick, right? Even when Alcaraz has been winning these matches, up until the last few matches, right? It didn't seem like he was winning because he was better on this surface. He was just a better tennis player. That's really what it came down to, I think. And if somebody attacks this surface better than anyone else that he's been played with, which would be Yannick, I could see a struggle. I don't see a straight up clean win here. And then let's go into Yannick, right? Like, he's someone that knows a lot of these tricks from Alcaraz already. They've played each other for upwards of 7 years now, so they have a very sure understanding of the development of each other's games. And the last time that Alcaraz actually lost to Sinner on the grass, it was only their first time ever playing each other. That was 3 years ago, and they've both admittedly said that they are nothing of the player they were back then as they are now. So to say that it matters statistically, I would say minimally. But does it matter to Yannick Sinner? Probably is the edge he's putting in his mind to get this match done if he wants to win. I've done it before, I'll do it again, right? So, like I said before, Carlos has been just winning because he's better at tennis. To me, you guys can disagree. That his touch, his return game, his forehand, like everything about his game right now is showing that he's just a superior tennis player. The king of the grass, I think, I know he's won a lot. He's on the biggest run on the grass out of anybody right now, but I think it's because he's the most athletic on the surface. And he's got like the best bag of skills like out of everybody. But when you go against someone like Yannick, who at this point is lost to you 5 times, he's not about to keep losing to you every time he plays you. He knows this. He knows the win is coming soon. Everybody knows the win is coming soon. Between these two, it's 4-9. And the villain arc has already started for Sinner, right? We talked about this. Call me crazy, dude. I think Sinner will win this match. I think he finds a way to win this match. This is... Oh, my goodness. Even with a day of thinking about it, I still come back to the same thing, right? What happened in that last match for Alcaraz? Taylor Fritz almost pushed it to a 5th set. Taylor Fritz did. So, I mean, I'm trying to give people some money, but I want to be sure, for sure. The certified smoke, and it's not going to be in the pinned comment, but if you are paying attention to the video, you heard me say it here. The certified smoke to sprinkle something on would be over 4.5 sets. It's plus 200. It's the most valuable thing you could probably do for this game. And still enjoy the outcome that you're rooting for whoever to win, right? A long match seems to be within the cards. The only caveat there is Sinner seemingly was all right in his last match, but that's a frail guy. So I do worry about that elbow. he didn't seem to have much of a problem with it against Djokovic. He didn't seem to reference much of it either. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. But man, I'm excited to watch this. I'm excited to get on the big screen, and sit there and look at it all. Super stoked. Now, picks I have for this match. To me, I think kind of with like the same bet we did. It's a similar bet to what we took last video. I like the idea of people beating Alcaraz. Like I said before, like Yannick Sinner is the most determined person to beat this guy. But and how he's moving decently, but drop shot Alcaraz on this grass, we'll have to see. It's going to be a lot of those drop shots tomorrow. I wish we could bet on over under drop shots in the total match, because there'll be quite a few net points going around. So, God, man, it's hard to say. Like I just. I think everybody is experiencing this, right? Like they want to say they know what's going to happen, but they just don't know. They just don't know. And then I don't expect it to be as exciting, but I do think it's going to be as close as Roland Garros. I don't know why. Um, Maybe because there could be more aces. Maybe there could be less aces. I'm just more like this is the two things we got to balance, and this is something that I want you guys to put into the comments as well, right? This is the main thing that is on my mind about this match. For Alcaraz, he's got an infinite bag of skills, right? Like it's like he could return a ball in any type of fashion. His forehand, his net game, he seemingly has the Mario with the star ability on at all times. That's Alcaraz. That's how I view him coming into this match. He's Mario with the star. Okay, he's got it. He's got it all. And then we have Yannick Sinner, robotic player, right? Not fully robotic, but very, very limited emotion compared to Alcaraz. Accuracy is a strong point of his. On the line, baseline hits. He doesn't do a lot of drop shotting. And when he does play at the net, it's always a cross net move, right? He's always going like for a slice that bounces completely across the net. And Alcaraz does the same thing, but he also has a pop to his that goes forward. So we'll see how they play around with the net play. But Star, robot. Mario Star, robot with super accuracy, who's determined to beat Mario. So what do we get here? We get a close match, obviously, right? The alternate spreads on FanDuel are around 2.5, 1.5 both ways, 3.5 in Sinner's way, 4.5 in Alcaraz's way. It's weird. And then now this is the one that's going to be now the certified smoke, right? If you ask me, out of the bag of tricks, who's going to do it? Now, let's go back to a shoulda, coulda, woulda that doesn't really matter, but it kind of matters right now. Let's say the Grigor match, let's say he doesn't retire, right, against Sinner. Do we get the same performance from from Yannick Sinner that we got from Alcaraz in the French Open in that Dimitrov match? Did it seem like there was a way for Sinner to turn that match around after 2 sets? To me, it seemed like he was fighting to get one back. That's just my personal opinion. That third set looked like he was still fighting his ass off just to win a set. And he didn't seem like he was about to get, I don't know. So, with that being the case, clutch factor, right, is everything. Let's say we do go up again, 2 sets from Yannick Sinner. We've seen Alcaraz come back. We've seen him come back the last time they played each other. And this kid wants to win his third title. Yannick wants to win his first. This is going to be a lot of games. So the alternate games, I'm going to look at that market real quick. Lowest number is at 37. Highest number is at 43. It's plus 120. That's like a fifth set, more or less. Because even if you do, like, let's say it's 3 tie breaks. Okay, so it'll be a fourth set if there's 3 tie breaks. That'll be the case, but you never know what happens with these fellers. With these two fellers, they did have 3 tie breaks in their last one. There's always a tie break in their matches, except for 1 or 2. Yeah. Roland Garros last year, Indian Wells last year, and one more than a few years ago. But they seemingly always have a tie break. I think it's safe to say you'll probably see one here. I know those markets are probably only on DraftKings for my American folks. Anyway, yes, it is. It's not worth much. Yeah, it's like minus 200. All right, so this is my thing. I personally, the bet that I want you guys to take with me on this journey of the final is it's plus money, believe it or not. It's not taking a side, it's just taking someone that I think has the factor of keeping the game close or winning. But if he does win, he's not winning in 18, he's not winning in 19, he's not winning in 20. He's winning in 21 or 22 plus to beat the other. And that is going to be Carlos Alcaraz over 21.5 games. It's plus 100. That's going to be our single bet I believe I'm taking for this match. If you guys have anything that you guys are playing as well, I'd love to see it in the comments. But I think to enjoy this match, not bet on anybody, that's going to be the one I take. Now, if you wanted my professional Gatah Band opinion over the Mario with a star versus the robot, I think Mario with a star beats everything. If we're being quite honest, I think Mario with a star beats anything else. So, there is the one bet that we do like to look at here and again. I forget about it every few videos, but it is here. It is for both players to win a set and someone to win the match, but both players to win a set. For Yannick Sinner, it's plus 198. For Alcaraz, it's plus 178. Now, I would be speaking objectively here because I want Alcaraz to win this match. I mean, I do not. I'm sorry. I do not want Alcaraz to win this match. I really want Sinner to win his first major. I'm really rooting for the kid. and I don't like to see this rivalry be 4-10. I wanted to start. I want to climb back. It used to go a bit back and forth, and now it just has turned into I'm better than you, and I don't like it. So I would love to see Yannick Sinner prove everybody wrong here, even though it's even money, right? Like he's minus 106. He's actually the favorite now. He was plus money yesterday. Had I made my video yesterday, you guys could have got some extra money for playing Yannick. But he's minus 106 and Carlos is minus 113. So if you wanted to take a bet, it would definitely be both of them to get a set, and for someone to get the money line, because you either get plus 178 or plus 198. If you wanted to keep it as safe as possible and you want a parlay piece to play with other sports that you bet on, you would just take them to go over 3.5 sets and call it a day. But other than that, I like Carlos Alcaraz getting at least 22 games won. If we look at their history, right, they had 3 tie breaks and 2 sets that went 6-4. So that's 20 plus 39. So that's like 59, right? Almost 30 games apiece. And to me, I think the stakes are higher for both of them because this is the next big accolade. Yannick is still chasing his other than hard court Grand Slam win, so I think this is going to be a close one. I think there's going to be a lot of grit in here. The only reason why I say Alcaraz is because he hasn't had any injury yet. Though we haven't seen much of a worry from it, who's to say this is a frail guy? If he falls again on this grass, it could compromise something. I kind of just off of fitness and form and battle testedness in the tournament, Carlos Alcaraz, I think, wins the match. So it hurts me to say it, but I think it really does. I would hate to be wrong, but the certified smoke, I think I might actually go with is Carlos Alcaraz wins the match and both players to win a set. It's plus 178. I think that's a great price. I think it's a good way to go out here, but I do want to leave you guys with something. A little story and a little conversation I had with a friend of mine back in January, and it's stuck in my head ever since then. It was the final coming up in Australian Open, and Yannick was already suspended at that point in time, right? So, actually, no, he wins the Australian Open. My mistake. But he doesn't play against Alcaraz. They see each other in Rome, but right before Rome, Carlos lost to Holger Rune in the final in Barcelona, and ever since then, the boy hasn't lost. He just hasn't lost a match since he's been beaten by Holger. What did you do to him, Holger Rune? God damn. He awoken something in that guy. When are we going to see that from Yannick? Is it going to be tomorrow? I don't know. He seems a bit more compromised to me. Conditionally, on the grass, draw-wise, he's had an easier draw in my opinion. Granted, I don't think Ben Shelton and Djokovic are easier to go against than Cam Norrie, but Taylor Fritz and Rublev are pretty strong contenders as well. And Fanini gave him a run for his money in the first round, so I think we saw how shaken up Yannick was after that Dimitrov match, and I think something did click in him where he was like, man, fuck this. No, that dude almost got me out of here. I'm not going out like that ever again. And then he beat everybody in straight sets again. Like, he hasn't, other than that match, he hasn't dropped a set. So, but he hasn't been as battle tested. But he's gone against the hard. I think out of all the people he played that he played full matches with, Ben Shelton was like the hardest one he had to play. Djokovic was hurt, you know. So you're going against Ben Shelton, who's like a minier level, a smaller tier Alcaraz, right? And he puts you to a tiebreak and wins 6-4, 6-4 with you, and then you go against the real thing. You're going against Mario. Ben Shelton is Mario, and then he eats the mushroom and he gets the star, and then he turns into Alcaraz. Then how are you going to act? The game must be extended at the very least. So, the pick I'm going to be going for is going to be, like I said, over 21.5 total games won for Alcaraz. It's plus 100 on Fanatics Sportsbook. If you guys are feeling like you're gonna take the leap with me, we will be taking Carlos Alcaraz wins the match and both players win a set. But boy, oh boy, will I be pissed because I never even told you the story. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, so do you think Alcaraz wins the first two?" And they go back and forth from there. And I said, well, Yannick already won the Australian Open, so I could see them maybe going back and forth. He was like, "You sure about that? What if Alcaraz wins the next two, and then Yannick wins the next two, which would mean that he would be winning Roland Garros. Alcaraz would be winning Roland Garros and Wimbledon, and then Yannick would be winning the U.S. Open and the AO again. Like, he'd be the king of the grass court, the king of the hard courts, and Alcaraz would be the king of everything else. I don't really know. To my what I remembered in that conversation was I'm looking at like when they played and what was what. I guess my timing was off, but my understanding was, from what I remember in that story, was that it was starting at the AO. So Alcaraz would win the first two there. But that didn't happen. So we'll see. I think Alcaraz would likely get this done here. Put in the comments what you guys think. I've been talking about the same match for too long, but I wanted to be thorough. I wanted to go through everything. This is the exciting things that we do. All right. So another 30-minute video talking about one match. Hopefully you guys are excited for it. I would love to know what you guys are playing for it. If you guys are looking for prop picks for like prize picks and stuff like that, let me know. I have a Discord as well. You guys can pop into there, say what's up, throw me your plays. Got a few people in there showing some picks as well. Loving what I see. People be hidden. Just letting y'all know. All right. What else we got? There's a few more tournaments coming up, but after Wimbledon, it's going to be hard court the rest of the season. So, looking forward to that. Enjoy Wimbledon and take care of each other. You guys be good. Bet well, win slips, and see you guys in the next one.